Hey y'all, hey, it's Tam. And listen, I had to put on my grown woman shawl and on my grown woman earrings. Y'all see that? Yes, yes. Because see, this book I'm about to review is for the grown folks, okay? So if you are over 40, Until I Met You by Monica Walters is definitely for you. So let's get into it. Tell me the intro to your book review. Right. Vance has lived his life on his terms. He enjoyed a fulfilling marriage until the sudden death of his wife scarred him emotionally, but not enough to deter him from being a great person and father. However, things go haywire when his daughter's boyfriend makes the horrible decision to assault her, changing Vance's life forever. Although she's 21, she's still totally dependent on him as she matriculates through college. After suffering the consequences of the decision he made in regards to her abuse, he meets a woman that possesses him from the moment their eyes meet. He soon realizes that Jennifer Monroe is offering what he's been craving since the loss of his wife. There's no doubt about what Vance and Jennifer feel for one another. Can they let the hurt of the past go to focus on their future? Will their past be willing to release them from its grasp, to pursue an intentional and all-consuming love? Okay, so I want to share with you guys some of the background to this particular book. Okay, so this book is the ICU Reading and Social Network September 2020 book selection. Okay, so shout out to my amazing book club because in September we celebrated 10 amazing years of book loving sisterhood. So y'all give it up for us. Okay. But another really great thing about this book, not only because we are sharing it with our 10-year anniversary, but because this book was actually birthed from a ICU reading and chatting Freestyle Friday. Now, let me tell you what that is, just in case you don't know. So, our Facebook page on Fridays, our president, she goes up in the morning and she says, boom, here's the topic. She puts a whole bunch of pictures up there and they all have a theme. And from that theme, we have a set number of authors who come in and they just write off the top of their head about that topic. So this particular book was actually written during a Freestyle Friday. And the theme for that one was girl dads. Okay, so you guys remember back when Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gigi lost their lives and the whole hashtag girl dads came about. And this Freestyle Friday came about. Then Monica's book came about. And so thus we have Until I Met You. Now, I do not plan to spoil the book for you all at all. So I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail about why it is considered a girl dad book. But just know that it is a very dope topic. And this author did a phenomenal job of just producing even more from that one topic. Because again, we have a full-length novel at this point. So make sure if you have not read it, that you do. Because it is good. Let me tell you what you're going to get when you read this book. A lot of grown folk activity. Okay, and I don't mean like, okay, they bound chicka wow wow. Like, I'm not talking about that, just that, because you still gonna get some bound chicka wow wow, but not in that sense. That's not what I mean. What I mean is the main characters in the book are middle-aged people, okay? And you know, once you get past a certain age, you just move different out here when it comes to your love life, okay? And so we have these like 50-ish individuals who I absolutely adore because they like, I don't have time to be wasting no time. And so we gonna do this love at first sight thing. We gonna be together and we about to make it happen. Wait around for what? Try to figure out what? We already know what it is that we need to know about ourselves. We know what we need to know about you at this point. And if we don't know it, we'll figure it out later on. I mean, hey, let's be together, okay? And that is exactly what our main characters, Vance and Jennifer, decided to do. It was like, hey, I like you. I like you too. Well then, shoot, let's be together. Okay. And boom, they was together. It wasn't no back and forth. It wasn't no huffing and puffing and fussing and none of that. And I was here for it. Okay. Because a lot of times when you get you a little, romantic love story book, you spend a lot of time courting. Okay. They got to figure out that they actually like each other. That didn't happen in this book. It was like, oh, they like each other in chapter 2. And so from the rest of the book, it was just them, being all romantical and stuff. And I was here for it. I said, now see, this is a love story. Okay, this is how I like for things to go. Not that beating around the bush stuff. I know they like to say the young folks are the ones that be like YOLO and you only live once, but no middle-aged people, they got that YOLO thing down pat because they was just like, baby, we about to do this right now. Quit playing with me. And I loved it. And you know what? Don't nothing say grown folks like the reference king and queen. And listen, throughout the entire book, it was my queen, my queen, my king, my king, king, queen, king, queen. Listen, it was a lot of kinging and queening going on in this book, okay? That's probably like my one and only like little smidget of a spoiler I'm gonna give you. Just know that king and queen, you're gonna hear it a lot. Another great thing about the book too is we got to see relationships in different phases, okay? So we have our main relationship, that's Vance and Jennifer. They are middle-aged dating, okay? And then we have the children, the kids, they young adults. They married and, they got them a little baby and everything. So we get to see the dynamics of their young relationship. You got to love how, certain things about them was just so different. And then, the middle-aged people was all laughing at them and stuff. I said, you know what? That is so rude. Y'all don't have to play them like that, but whatever. Then, of course, you have middle-aged married. And that was, let me give y'all some names. Okay. Vance and Jennifer. Those are our main characters. Vance has a daughter, Mina. Yes, Mina. And her husband, Tyrone. I hate that name, but yeah, her husband's name was Tyrone. Tyrone, mama and daddy are the married middle-aged couple that I'm talking about, which was Mr. George and Miss Donna. Okay, so we got to see the dynamics of their marriage in the book as well. And so all three of those pretty much came together to give us a very well-rounded and enjoyable book. I'm going to tell y'all something real fast about one of the characters. Again, I'm not going to be spoiling the book for you, but I just needed to say this, okay? His name is Oscar. And the reason I wanted to say his name was because when have you ever known for somebody named Oscar to be good? It don't happen. because it don't be. And Oscar he was a horrible person in the book. He was. I'm not going to tell y'all what he did. But Oscar was trash. He was. And it makes sense because his name was Oscar. Like, Sesame Street don't even let Oscar be a good person. Okay? Oscar was a grouch on Sesame Street. So you got to know he was trash in this book. Okay? So, yes, I'm going to say that. That's the only thing I'm going to say about Oscar. And then let me tell y'all about these authors who give us soundtracks. I am so appreciative of all of y'all, especially Miss Monica, because she has a soundtrack for the book with the same name on Apple Music. But if you go and look it up, make sure that you put her name in too. Otherwise, it may act like it don't want to let you see that the playlist is there. But I thoroughly enjoy these playlists. Like, I'm noticing that a lot more of the writers are doing it. And sometimes they'll just put it in the book and you see this long list of songs and everything. But this author took the time to actually make up the playlist already for you. All you gotta do is just go type it in. And yes, honey, when I tell you that the soundtrack gonna make you want to pick your phone up and be like, hey, big head. Wait, grown folks don't say hey, big head. Hey there, stranger. Yes, see, grown folks say hey there, stranger. And that's definitely what the soundtrack is gonna make you want to do if you ain't got nobody. But if you do, I'm just saying though, you and your main thing gonna probably want to cuddle up and get close, you know? It's a nice soundtrack. With all that said, I gave this book 4 acrylic nails. I hope you guys have enjoyed my review of Until I Met You by Monica Walters. Make sure that if you haven't already, you hit the subscribe and the notification bell for my channel. And remember that I'm Tam. I'm telling tales. Read a book.